Hey guys, how's it going? Uriel came here, and in this video I'm going to share with you 10 things successful people do before 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, I consider myself a pretty successful person, and I'm not saying that in a condescending way, and it has nothing to do with how much money I make or don't make, and I don't believe success is solely a money game, right? The way I define success is really being able to do what I love to do on my own terms and being able to create as much value and provide as much contribution as I can to the world in a way that when I go to bed at night, I feel good about myself. And for you, I would encourage you to do this exercise, which is essentially answering this question. I know I'm successful when? To just fill in the blank, right? When I make $1 million, when I'm, whatever it is. Right? But for you, you have to determine your success. But whatever that is, there are certain daily rituals you have to go through that are going to get you there. Because I've always told a lot of people, I believe it's really important that everybody strives to be a millionaire, not because of the money, but because of who you have to become in the process of getting there. And that's pretty powerful. So here, I want to share with you my morning ritual, 10 things that I believe every successful seeking person should have in their morning. Right? You know, at least 7 or 8 of these should be in there. So number one is you got to get up early, right? You have to get up early. And we're talking about getting this stuff done before 9 a.m. So I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and the first thing I do, okay, so this would be number one. So getting up early is kind of a prerequisite to these 10 things. So number one is gratitude. Focus on gratitude, whether that's a mental or getting out a journal and writing down what you are grateful for and what you appreciate in your life. Do that first thing in the morning and your day is set on the right tone. Instead of getting up and complaining that you slept in or the alarm clock's too loud or it's too cold outside or it's too noisy, get up early and focus on gratitude. That's number one. Second is meditate. Center yourself. Prime yourself for an amazing day. Reduce your sympathetic fight or flight tendencies. Get into a nice zen out state. You want to be the calm in the eye of the storm. I've got 3 little kids, and that time for me between 5 and 7 a.m. is my time. If they wake up at 6:30, I don't want to see them, and I'll tell them that. I'm like, I've got 30 minutes left on daddy's time. You go somewhere else. You have to take the time for yourself. And one of the first things I do is I do 5 to 10 minutes of meditation every morning after I gratitude. The next thing is to cleanse and hydrate. So basically drink water. Okay, you can also do a nice water with apple cider vinegar or water with fresh squeezed lemon, and this is going to have a nice cleansing effect for your liver and gallbladder and help get your digestive system going. Okay, number 4, actually before I go to number 4, the hydration is really important because when you sleep, you lose a lot of water vapor just by breathing. So make sure you hydrate first thing in the morning with at least half a liter of water, if not more, at the minimum, half a liter, okay? Number 4 is to alkalize. As you know, I'm a huge fan and believer that alkalinity is the key to health, energy, and just easier weight loss. So what I do in the morning is instead of spending 20 minutes juicing at 5 in the morning, I will have a glass of water with my energy greens. So I'll take my glass of water with lemon, I'll have that first. You know, let's say it's about 500 milliliters of water. Then I'll have my water with my energy greens to get my greens right into my body. And again, about half a liter, I'll just take one of those nice big mason jars and put it in there. Alkalinity into the body first thing in the morning is awesome, okay? Number 5 is move. I like to do a nice 5-minute yoga routine, and I'll do another video to show you this in the coming weeks. But I typically do some type of yoga / flow / mobility movement first thing in the morning. I'm not a go to the gym at 5 in the morning guy and crank out an intense workout. That doesn't work for me. Okay, if it works for you, awesome. But find a way to do some movement. So I'll do 5 minutes of yoga. I'll also take my dogs for a walk as I'm walking my son Oscar to school. Closer to 9 o'clock as we get there. So I'm getting in some really good movement first thing in the morning. Number 6, and this is where you start kind of like buckling down, especially if you are in charge of your own life and your own work schedule, which I hope you are to some degree, is do your most important task first. Get rid of your cell phones, take out a hammer and smash them, okay? Because as soon as you pick up your cell phone, your day is done. I don't even want you to consider having a cell phone for the first several hours of the day. Don't even turn it on, hide it somewhere, throw it in the bushes, don't even know where it is. Believe me, you'll be much better off. Instead, take the time in the morning to focus on your most important activity. How did I write my first New York Times best-selling book? I woke up at 5 in the morning and I wrote for 1 to 2 hours. That's it. How did I write the next one, The All-Day Fat Burning Diet? Exactly the same thing. 300 pages, fully edited, all that amazing stuff. I did it in 2 months. I didn't have to lock myself in a cabin like a lot of other writers do and exclude myself from society to write a book. I simply woke up earlier and I dedicated at least 90 minutes a day, 7 days a week to writing first thing in the morning. Think about this. If you just spent 1 hour in the morning before anything else started every single day on your most important thing, that's 30 extra hours a month. That's more than 360 hours a year. Holy cow, what could you get done with 360 hours? And if you only focus on your most important thing, your life would transform. So whatever that most important thing is for you, and it doesn't have to do with responding to emails, believe me, whether that's writing or creating videos or whatever it is for you, do that thing first. Your life will transform. Number 7, we've got the hydration in, we got the alkalinity, now we want to get the protein in. So much research showing that protein in the morning is probably one of the most important things you can do to lose weight and curb cravings. So I'll normally do a protein smoothie or a protein shake just in water with our pure plant protein. I'll just add it in water, 20 grams of protein right there in water. Boom, that's another 500 milliliters, 2 cups of water coming into my body. So between my lemon water, my alkaline energy greens in water, and now the protein in water, I've already got almost a liter and a half of water, and it's not even 9 o'clock yet. Okay, most people are still sleeping. Okay, number 8, and this doesn't have to be in this order, but you can tie this in with your meditation if you want, is visualize what you want your day to look like. Visualize in your mind. Everything in your mind eventually comes into your reality. Your reality is simply the projection screen of what's in your mind. So script your day in your mind in the morning. Walk yourself through step by step exactly where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing, who you're going to be hanging out with, all the fun, the laughter, the joy, all that stuff. Script it in your mind. Do it day in and day out, and you will start to create an amazing life. If you are not building your life, you will be building somebody else's. Never forget that. Okay? So if you're working for somebody else, that's fine, but you have to build your own life, and it starts by understanding that you have to start up here. Okay? Number 9 is spend some time reading. Right? It doesn't have to be a huge book, but just a couple pages, something inspirational, something that's going to uplift you, something you can learn and grow from. Again, if you have 1 hour in the morning to do your most important work, what if you took 20 minutes or 30 minutes to read? That's 15 hours a month. That's 180 hours a year. Okay, that's a lot of books. Just imagine, again, leaders are readers, right? If you want to grow, you have to develop the wherewithal, the desire to learn. We have a core value in our company, which is grow or die. If you're not growing and learning new things and contributing to our company, you're gone. And so I'm really grateful that we have an amazing team of people who are really committed to learning their craft and learning new things to become better at what they do. And that's really important for your life as well. Number 10 is to oil pull. Yeah, oil, what the heck does this have to do with anything? Well, successful people, I think, have, they should have nice teeth. They should have a nice smile. So oil pulling is really cool because at nights, there's all sorts of bacteria and stuff that, goes on in our mouth, and we can brush our teeth in the morning, which is great. Oil pulling takes it to the next level. So oil pulling is essentially you take a scoop of coconut oil, swish it around your mouth for about 10 minutes or more if you want. And what happens is all the oil starts to pull out all the bacteria from your gums and your teeth, and it has a kind of a side effect of whitening your teeth naturally with no side effects. That's pretty awesome. So what I'll do is I'll wake up in the morning, I oil pull for 10 minutes while I'm doing my work, after I've done all my other stuff, and I'm just kind of sitting doing my work and oil pulling. So it's just like it's not an extra thing I have to do, I'm doing this thing anyway, so I might as well oil pull at the same time. So those are 10 things I believe all successful people should be doing or are doing before 9 a.m. I have a lot of successful friends, again, not necessarily financially successful all the time, some of them are, but they live in a way that is a great life to model. Be careful who you model. There are a lot of successful people in North America, or in the world I should say, who focus on all the wrong things. Well, I shouldn't say all the wrong things, but be careful of who you're emulating, because you want to model core values, not results necessarily. If you're modeling people who have all the fancy cars and the watches, and they spend 18 hours a day working, and they've got no family life, and their relationships are a mess, and their health is terrible, is that success? I don't think so. I'm able to wake up at 5 a.m., do my most meaningful work. I get to spend 2 hours with my kids, walk my kids to school, spend 6 hours for the rest of the day to do my work. By 3 o'clock I'm done. I get to go pick up my son Oscar at school. I get to play with him afterwards for about an hour at the school, or if we go for a walk afterwards. Then I've got 3 hours with my other kids when they come home, and we're all together. At nights, I usually go for a workout or a yoga session, and I'm in bed by about 10 o'clock. To me, that's an amazing day, and your life is made up of days like that. So again, I know I'm successful when, right? Answer that question for you. And I strongly recommend to get a morning ritual like I've described here into place in your life, and your life will transform. So let me know in the comments over at the blog below. The link for the blog is below this video. Let me know in the comments what you do in the morning, what time you wake up. If you have a morning ritual, I'd love to know about it, and that'd be awesome. So join me over at the blog. Let me know your morning routine, your morning ritual, and what you thought about this video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up.